Hello, STDA members. Paul Connect here with our first legislative update for the 2021 session. We're off to kind of a quick start this legislative session. I'm just going to run through a few of the bills that we're aware of at this point and a few things that are coming down the pike for us as well. One that we're interested in and supporting is House Bill 1046, and it deals with limited liability for COVID exposures. In the bill, it allows basically no liability for a person who owns a property and has a person who's been exposed to and has consequences of COVID that they may or may not have been exposed to at that location. So premises is one part of the bill, and the other one is again, not responsible for damages or things, consequences that come from the delay of care that was delayed because of COVID. So, in our realm of that phase where we were doing only non-elective procedures, if any of those non-elective procedures turned into, serious oral health issues, there's not a liability for the dentist in that case if this bill would go through. So, I think it's an important piece of legislation that we're supporting. 1046 is that number. Other things that are of less consequence that we're also working on, there was a bill to streamline the complaint process. So if a patient has a complaint that they want to bring to the Board of Dentistry against a dentist, this would kind of spell that process out in statute. Obviously, the Board of Dentistry has a good process in place already, and that's why we didn't really care for the bill, but it's not an awful bill. Having a process in statute probably is beneficial to us rather than gambling on what might ultimately be, some future board may elect to change their process, and we wouldn't like that. This way it's in statute and we know what the process is. So from that perspective, it could be good. We did make an amendment. Part of the process was that a dentist would only have 10 days to respond to a complaint. And in my mind, like just with notifications, et cetera, like that's not a lot of time. And so we asked for and received an amendment to go to 20 days. So it helps it a little bit. Other bills, we're expecting some bills out of the governor's office. One that deals with changes to teledentistry. We've seen a kind of a sneak preview of that, and it looks to be just fine. It will work well for dentistry. The other one is recognizing out-of-state licenses in South Dakota if those licensors are in good condition in other states. The laundry list of providers that would affect does not include dentists, optometrists, podiatrists, and chiropractors are not in that list. So we're going to watch that to make sure we don't get thrown in. We just as soon stay out of that. So we're in good shape with that bill. The last one I'll talk about is a bill that we're pursuing. The number it's going to be given is House Bill 1077. Paul Muskimmons, Dr. Muskimmons is our prime sponsor on the House side, and VJ Smith, Senator Smith will be our prime on the Senate side. What we're trying to do here is allow dentists to sever a part of a contract if their rights have been sold to a third-party company. So this is a situation where you as the dentist have signed to be part of a network with ABC Dental Insurance Company, and unbeknownst to you, they have leased their network to 1, 2, 3 other companies, and now you're part of the network of those other companies, unbeknownst to you, until a patient comes in and tries to use their insurance, etc. It's been a real problem for members who have signed on to certain plans out there. So this would allow the severability of the third-party aspect of it without destroying the entire agreement. We'll get a committee hearing on that in the next couple of weeks. If you are a dentist who's been affected by that and would like to help us with that process, I would really like your help. So please reach out to me either to help us in contacting legislators or even possibly testifying. A lot of the committee testimony is being taken remotely this year because of COVID, so it'd be really easy for dentists to engage in the process remotely this year. Keep that in mind. That's kind of the big stuff for the first week. Like I said, we're kind of off to a running start. please contact me if you have questions, concerns, comments that you want to make. I now have a direct number at the office, so write this down: 605-609-1155. Again, 605-609-1155. Of course, my cell number, carried up here at the Capitol every day. You can call me there, 605-280-2133. 280-2133. And of course, email, etc. always works as well. Thanks for tuning in this week. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll have a report for you next week. Take care.